Hey there, Tad Hargrave from marketingforhippies.com. Today's video is about Testify, don't theorize. Tom Compton, who's a very fine man, the workwithtom.com, does the work of Byron Katie. I've done a few workshops with him, and I remember one day at a workshop he said, people are so sick of bullshit philosophies. You know, we want something that works. We don't want another philosophy. We don't want another theory. We don't want more abstract. I had the immense opportunity to be in a van with a man named Hale Makua, or Papa Makua. He was known in Hawaii, one of the big kahunas. And really remarkable opportunity. And one of the things he said that's always stayed with me, he said that the negative polarity of knowledge is not ignorance, it's theory. And so today on a call in the membership group, one of our community collaboration calls where we get together and try to help each other, a woman said, in reference to somebody else's work around point of view, she said, well, that concept. And I said, this isn't a concept. Ideally, we're not trying to just put more concepts into the world. We're not trying to theorize. We're trying to testify to something. We're trying to remember something. We're trying to articulate something, ideally, that we have been through ourselves, that we've seen our clients be through. We're trying to create a map that is faithful to the territory. You know, a map is not a theory. And now it's not the territory, but it's supposed to be a useful approximation of it. It's not saying what we think the land should be, because this is what theories often are. Well, this is how it should be. You know, it ought to be this way. That's a theory. What could be? What must be? These are theories. But how it is now, that's not a theory. And our capacity to be skillful in articulating and giving voice to and making clear and blazingly visible the way things are, that's not a theory. That's testimony. That's the willingness to tell the truth about how it is, how it's come to be amongst us. So when we're doing the point of view work, this isn't a chance to just pontificate. It's a chance to share your point of view. Point of view is not a theory. Point of view is literally you saying, I'm standing on this point here, right there. And from this point, this is what I see. Yeah? That's all point of view is. So you can see there's no theory in that. There's no conceptualizing in it. There's reportage. There's no voting in it. There's no saying yay or nay. It's just saying, it's like this. It's not it's less imagination, which has its own utility, and it's more memory. That's the work of point of view. So I had to stop her just to lift this up, to say it's easy to, we start talking about concepts. But point of view is, if we're doing it well, is not a concept. It's a kind of, you brailled the surface of the world and now you're letting them know what you felt. You heard something and you're trying to make that sound, again, with your voice as clearly as you can. You saw something, now you're trying to draw it out for us. You tasted something, you're trying to, give us some sense of the taste. There's something very honest about it. If we're doing it well, there's something so trustworthy in this. And theories are not trustworthy. And there's a point where it goes from testimony to theory, yeah? And it's not that theories are bad. I'm just saying that's not, it's good to at least name it as a theory once we get there. Say, look, we know this, we know this for sure. The logical leap I want to take is here. And if we name it as that, well, that's okay. But it's very easy for those two to get confused, and for people to say, well, this is how it is, when really it's just a theory. It's just an idea. it's a kind of mental model. It's a fabrication that's not being named properly. People can get really lost up here in their heads. People come up with all sorts of theories about how their relationship is supposed to go, was supposed to go, didn't go the way it should have. That's a theory. And the capacity to even see the world clearly through as few filters as possible. I mean, obviously this is a life's work. But you know, when I think about many spiritual teachers, this is the ones whose work have lasted and who've meant a lot to their people. There is this quality of a kind of clear seeing. So it's something to aspire to, it's something to work towards. I think that's it for today. Don't theorize. Try to testify, and that's enough. Every once in a while there might be a theory, and just name it as such. Make sure they know this is where you're going into uncharted territory, and now you're wondering. Hey, wondering is a beautiful thing. It's a real fine thing to wonder about what's happening in the world, as long as we know that's what we're doing. But even wondering can be a kind of testifying to, this is me brailing now. This is me going off the trail I've been on and reporting what I see as I go. I mean, that can be honest in and of itself. Let's just let people know. So people don't lean on it so hard the way maybe they could lean on testimony. That's how it seems to me. That's when I think about the people I trust the most. Those are distinctions I would make. Okay, it's getting a little loud here, so thanks for dropping by. Hopefully we'll see you at another video soon. And you can check me out in all the usual places. Marketingforhippies.com has most of it. Yeah, take care everyone.